What's your name? For most people, this is a rather simple question to answer, but for some people who stutter, like I do, this simple question turns into a long lasting nightmare. Well, I'm here to tell you all a story about how a kid who stutters somehow has the ability to rap and freestyle. It, it, it all started one day when my mom gave me her iPod so that I could entertain myself whenever I was bored. And she told me that I could listen to all but one song. And this one song was Not Afraid by Eminem. Yeah. Uh, and and then I thought to myself, why couldn't I listen to the song? Like, what's so bad about it? I dropped the idea and I put the iPod on shuffle mode. And after a long period of time, there was this tune that came on, and it was fast paced, and it was loud, and there was somebody yelling. And once I turned on the iPod, oh no, I yanked out the headsets and I threw the iPod across the sofa, and I ran away with terror because I did not want to get in trouble. But then curiosity got the best of me, and I put the headphones on and I listened. But something changed. I felt my heart beat to the rhythm of the percussion. The rhymes after every line filled my mind with massive passion, and I felt this intense feeling that I never felt before. This was my first exposure to hip-hop. Although I felt comfortable in my world of hip-hop, I was still an outsider at school because of my stuttering. Making friends, learning in the classroom, and simply communicating with other people was very challenging. In fact, my biggest fear was stuttering in front of the whole class and everyone laughing, which did happen. And after this, I started to refuse to participate in the classroom discussions, which meant that I couldn't express my thoughts. And I consider myself to be a really bright student, but because of this stuttering, the teachers and my peers saw me as just a kid who stuttered and a kid who had problems. And this really affected me. But to make matters worse, in that same year, I was also diagnosed with ADD, or attention deficit. And what ADD does is that it speeds up your mind 100 times faster than the average brain of a regular student. And this explained why I was a C and D student, and English was by far the most challenging class because it required good skills of the English language, which I did not have. And even though I had all of these problems, one day I approached my friend Ethan, who was sitting in the corner, and I asked him, "Can I chill here with you?" He then looked at me strange, and then he said, "Can you repeat that one more time?" I then asked, "Can I chill here with you?" And then he asked me a weird question. He asked me, "Do you listen to hip-hop music?" And then immediately I had deja vu. I thought back to when I first listened to Eminem, and then I said yes. And then he asked me if I wrote any songs, and then I told him no. He then asked me to write a song with the word chill in it, and that's exactly what I did. Once I got home, I picked up a neon green flashcard and a pencil, and I wrote a tiny verse, and I called it Chill Corner, and it was something like this: chill corner, corner, chill corner, corner, chill corner, corner, chill corner, corner. Okay, welcome to the chill corner, home of the brainstormers, home of the transformers. Every time I come around, you know the weather gets warmer. Wait, did you guys notice anything different? I didn't stutter. You see, when I rap or freestyle, I don't stutter. and freestyling or simply rapping has been my only way to really express my ideas, and it's been a way for me to alleviate stress. And hip hop has really been a source for me in which I can say whatever I want, and I can say whatever pops up in my mind. And unknowingly, Ethan paved the way for my interest in becoming a hip hop artist. And after this experience, I started to read poetry, write poems. I listened to more hip hop music, East and West Coast, the South, music from Atlanta, and because I did not know what these rappers were saying, I literally picked up the dictionary and I started reading it just to comprehend what these people were saying, and then as a result, I wanted to write my own lyrics, and so I dissected the English language in a way, and I wrote so many rhymes into these notebooks, and to this day, I have a large box sitting in my closet, heaping with notebooks filled with rhymes in every page, and occasionally I go to it when I'm thinking of writing a new song, and as a result, I was becoming a songwriter, and I really wanted to continue to pursue my dream, and so I decided to join the band program, and the band program gave me three things that three of the most beneficial things that I will ever receive. Number one, I learned how to play the saxophone and the clarinet. Two, I learned how to read music, and this was big. I learned the notes, I learned the rhythms, I learned how to add style to music. And then the final, probably the most important thing that the band program gave to me was encouraging friends. I made friends, and the band environment was a very encouraging one. And my friends wanted me to join them into these higher classes, and that's exactly what I did. I worked harder, and by 7th grade, I was in the honor roll. And English went from my worst subject to my best one, after the constant reading and writing and learning of new vocabulary. And it wasn't just my friends, it was one word: why? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Why can't a kid with ADD go into the honor roll? Why can't a kid who stutters become a hip-hop artist? Here, let me show you my vision. This is my destiny, here is my legacy. I'll come back home successfully. Don't be my enemy, we'll find a remedy. Please don't get the best of me. Look into my eyes and you can see the fire in my soul, burning me inside, leaving only diamonds and coal. I've wrote up a scroll full of written goals and locked it in my chest, and that's what represents my persona as a whole. How can a young man with attention deficit still be enrolled in the honor roll? Well, it took someone to say that nothing was impossible. That's when I accomplished goals that I never thought were possible. Sometimes life can melt you down like the heat melting a popsicle. You just had to get back up and face all of the obstacles. All I do is allow my ears to be audible, from the tissue to the obstacle, just to hear the views of all my peers about the future careers. That's when I started to appreciate always of the person who you are. There's no need to recreate a better version of you. We all walk in the same path, but we put on different shoes. We came from the same building, but we see different views. We all get criticized by other people, but we can't read their reviews. And we all have a destiny in life that none of us can refuse. And we all leave legacies in life that other people want to use. If life is a game, then nobody has to lose. You might be looking at me strange, but trust me, none of you are really confused. This is my destiny, here is my legacy. I'll come back home successfully. Don't be my enemy, we'll find a remedy. Please don't get the best of me. People are unique like antiques, coming off the shows of boutiques and street consisting of only 1 week. I feel weak when I see your physique, full of mystique, feeling bleak as I walk through the stones of a creek. These emotions are flowing like lava from a volcano, going in a downward motion, closing into the ocean from the Hawaiian Islands, causing commotion. And maybe like the winds blowing harder and harder from a tornado, growing larger and larger, throwing objects farther and farther into the unknown, and no one's even knowing. Meanwhile, I'm so surviving. Working hard every day keeps me alive and thriving as I'm rising to the top, and I will never drop like somebody scuba diving. People say that hard work takes you to new horizons. Well, every day I've been trying to make a difference for others and the people in need, because many people are dying for no forgiveness for the people who bleed. Now they're all crying for being fictitious to a society full of greed. Well, now I can see my own destiny involves me being on a stage, telling all of you about what to do. And for me, this is true. My destiny is on a stage. It keeps me contained like a cage, away from the rage, away from all the pain and all the insanity. Here comes the reality, and trust me, you could burn me into fossil fuels, but my destiny will change the world in tiny molecules. This is my destiny, here is my legacy. I'll come back home successfully. Don't be my enemy, we'll find a remedy. Please don't get the best of me. Don't be my enemy, we'll find a remedy. This is my destiny. And there you have it. Even though I had all of these negatives holding me back, hip-hop gave me a different light, and I changed my perception on how I saw things. And as a result, I turned all these negatives into positives. Hip-hop gave me confidence in introducing myself, because I knew that there was a way to end this stuttering. Well, my name is Anthony Haas, and this is my story about the stutterer who can rap. Thank you all. Have a very good night. For Mr. Olsen.